Should you quit your job? Let me save you hours of overthinking. The answer is almost never quit tomorrow, but it's also almost never stay forever. There's a third option nobody talks about, and I'm going to give you 5 questions right now that will tell you honestly which path you're actually on. I quit Microsoft after 15 years. 3 kids, single income household, no backup plan, no clients, no bridge. I rage quit. So don't do what I did. There's actually a smarter and better way. Answer honestly and in your head or in the comments, but don't answer based on what sounds good. Answer with what actually is true. At the end, I'll show you what the pattern means and what to do about it. Question 1, is your health deteriorating because of work? And I don't mean I'm a little stressed or I'm a little bothered by this. I mean, has your body started keeping score? Insomnia, weight changes, headaches that just don't go away, right? Chest tightness before meetings. If any of those sound familiar, I need you to hear this. Your body doesn't negotiate. Your mind will tell you, push through, keep going, but your body won't. I ignored these signs for several years at Microsoft, and it ended with me blacking out on an airplane and collapsing onto my 9-year-old daughter. If your health is deteriorating, I'm not talking about stress, but I mean actual deteriorating, your timeline just became now. This isn't a someday situation anymore. Let's go to question 2. Could you replicate 50% of your income independently within the next 12 months? Before you immediately say no, let me reframe this. I'm not asking if you have a business right now. I'm asking, do you have the ability or the skills or the expertise someone would actually pay for directly? Now hear me out. So if you had 2 clients at $4,000 to $5,000 instead of 50 clients at $150 an hour, or 200 people buying a $50 course, finding 1 or 2 people at the $4,000 or $5,000 price point is far easier than finding hundreds of individuals, even though you're at a $4,000 or $5,000 price point. So if you said, I generally don't know, that's not a no. That's actually a gap in the structure, not in your capability. And that's exactly what we want to solve. But if you said, absolutely not, I have no marketable skills, I'd actually push back. You've been marketable for, say, 20 years. You've just been marketing yourself to one buyer, your employer. If you have that ability, you have the ability to go to other employers as you would looking for a job. Question 3, does your spouse or your partner actually know how you feel? And not, yeah, do they know I'm stressed? It's, do they know that you're thinking about leaving? Do they know that you've been scrolling on LinkedIn at 10 p.m. looking for what else is out there and what other people are building? Or are you carrying this alone? Here's why this matters. If you start building something, even a few hours a week, and your partner doesn't know what you're doing or why, you're creating 2 problems instead of solving for 1. You're building a business and hiding it, and that's not sustainable. The partner conversation is one of the hardest in career change, not because they won't support you, but because saying it out loud makes it actually real. And real is terrifying when you have a mortgage and kids. And I've seen this over and over again. And I think one of my biggest supporters was my partner. I told her early on. Unfortunately, she saw me experience and witness what I did. So for us, it was a matter of, we have no choice but to do this. We have to leave. And so we ended up rage quitting. And I say we because she's in it as well. I've seen dozens of times where the partner who were brought in early became the strongest allies. The ones who found out late became obstacles. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you like, how are we going to afford this? Because it becomes a reaction more than a planned outcome. Now, if you're thinking my partner will never support this, that's usually a story you're telling yourself, not reality. Partners don't say no to plans. They say no to chaos. And I probably would as well. If you haven't had this conversation, that's your first move. Not building a website, not posting on LinkedIn, having that conversation. Question 4, have you been saying next year for more than 2 years? Next year, I'll start building. Next year, I'll have the conversation. Next year, things will settle down or it'll be better because of X, Y, Z reasons. Next year, I'll be ready. If you've been saying next year for more than 2 years, I need to be honest with you. Next year is not a plan. It's an excuse. It's a delay mechanism. It's how smart, capable people talk themselves into staying in the lives that don't fit anymore. I said next year for 3+ years at Microsoft. You know what I have to show for that? Nothing. 0 income built, 0 clients found, 0 progress made on my own terms. In the corporate side, yeah, it was all great, but in my own terms. So every year you say next year, the cost compounds. Year 1, you lose potential income. Year 2, you lose income and momentum. And year 3, you lose income, momentum, and your confidence. Is next year always wrong? No. If you said next year once and you spent, that year building, getting clear and testing offers and talking to potential clients, that's not a delay. That's actually strategic patience. That's fine. But if you said next year for 3 years and did nothing throughout it, that's not patience. That's just avoidance. Question 5. If your role was eliminated tomorrow, either by, the company or AI or whatever else is going on, what would you do? Not what would you feel, what would you actually do? If the answer is I'd panic, update my resume, start applying for similar roles and opportunities, then you're 100% dependent on a system that will prioritize its survival over yours every single time. That's not stability, that's exposure. Your company will tell you that you're valued, you're absolutely essential, that they couldn't do this without you. And then they'll restructure your department in one email, in one call, and then post your job within weeks. I watched it happen throughout my career, even at companies like Microsoft. I watched people who gave 15, 20, 30 years and dedicated essentially their lives get walked out in one quick call. 15 minutes. Business update meeting, as they called them. And some of them got rehired within months, only to be laid off again. So they came to me for help and said, I'm done. I've had enough. The people who didn't flinch during layoff season all had one thing in common. They had something on the side. One client, one retainer, one proof point that said, if this goes away, I'm not starting from zero. So if your answer to this question was, I'd panic and I wouldn't know what to do, that's not a character flaw, it's a structural problem. And structural problems have structural solutions. Let's look at what the patterns are. If you answered yes to question 1, your health is top priority. It's not coming back. So your timeline is now. If you said not sure to question 2, you have the capability, you just need the structure. And if you said no to question 3, the partner conversation, that's actually step 1. And if you said yes to question 4 about next year and next year, well, that needs to stop today. We need to break that loop. And if you said panic to question 5, you need options. Not eventually, soon. Drop in the comments which question hit you the hardest. For me, it was question 4. I said next year for 3+ years. If that's you, I'm not judging. I am you. Just 3 years further down the road. And now here's what just happened. You did something most corporate professionals avoid for the entire career. You ask yourself hard questions, not the comfortable ones. Those are easy. The real ones. Is my health okay? Could I build this? Does my partner really know? Am I stuck in a loop? And am I exposed? That's not quitting. That's strategic. That's assessing yourself. And right now, you're thinking like a strategist, not a victim of circumstances. But there's a follow-up question that changes everything. What if the problem isn't you? What if it's the job? In the next video, I give you 5 signs that your job is actually the problem. Not your mindset, not your motivation, the job. That one's important. Don't miss it. And one more thing. If you want a deeper understanding, I built an assessment that goes beyond these 5 questions. It's actually 10 questions with personalized results based on your specific situation. Takes about 2 minutes, tells you exactly where you are in your journey and what your next move needs to be. Link is in the description. Take it now. It's 2 minutes. You've already invested time in understanding and getting this far. Finish what you started, and I'll see you in the next one.